Hi everyone, this is Perfume Coast and welcome to my channel. This video is part 3 of rundowns dedicated to underrated perfume gems in my collection. Now it's high time we dive straight into the ocean of perfumes. And the first fragrance I'm going to talk to you about is called Vicebom by Italian brand Simone and Andreoli. Now this brand is of course very popular and well known, although I do believe that quite a few of its releases sort of got slipped because, for example, such brilliant releases as Malibu Party in the Bay, which is dedicated to lime and coconut, or another quite popular one, Leisure in Paradise, which is all about tropical fruit, are very well spoken about. However, this one, I can't find a single review related to it. But let's first take a look at the notes. So what Fragrantica gives us on the top is that we've got cherry, red fruit, caramel. In the middle we've got vanilla, sugar, ylang ylang, and finally in the base we've got tonka, amber and precious woods. Now, as follows from the notes, this fragrance is of course the one that's cherry forward, yet another one, because granted, over the past 2 years we've literally been overflown with cherry forward releases. However, this one is very special, I find. It opens up with this sweet cherry syrup that's thick, spicy and boozy. It almost feels like a bit of rum has been added here. Although as far as Fragrantica description is concerned, there is no boozy notes whatsoever. So therefore this fragrance is not girly at all, despite the fact that it's being quite sweet and fruity. It's quite something different. It's very mature and complex because of all the notes and accords that we've got here. It's also quite vanilla-y. It almost feels like this whole dollop of vanilla has been added to this beautiful cherry syrup. I detect no ylang ylang here. It appears to be ylang ylang here is more of a backstage player, which is called rather to support this fruity sweetness. So all this drives me at the idea that this fragrance caters more to colder climate / season, and therefore it's also a perfect evening occasion scent. So again, this scent is all about spicy sweetness, which is through and through here, and this is because of the presence of sugar and caramel notes. So closer to the dry down, this fragrance gets woodier, so woodiness is really amplified in the deep dry down. And the final thing to say about this fragrance is that it's incredibly strong and long-lasting. In my case, it lasts about 12 hours, which is no surprise because it's EDP intense concentration, although, of course, that's not necessarily what we're getting from our intense releases, not necessarily. Now, this one really gives you this intensity. Oh, and the final one comment that I could give you is that because of all the woodiness, of course, it's very quite unisex fragrance, meaning that men can wear this perfectly. Although, yes, of course, traditionally all the sweetness, vanilla vibes, and carameliness caters more to women mostly. So it's up to you to decide. Just test it out, decide for yourself. Next up is yet another cherry forward release by designer brand Guerlain, which is quite special as well, I find, and not very widely spoken again. So this one is called Petit Robe Noire Absolue. So let's take first a look at the notes. So what we have here on the top is cherry, almond and bergamot. In the middle we've got smoke, rose, iris and tea. And finally, in the base, we've got leather, patchouli, and tonka bean. Now, this one literally opens up with a blast of smoky leather. And I'm a fan of leather, so I don't mind a strong opening. In just a few seconds, nice juicy cherry joins the scent. And this scent, becomes sort of cherry-like as well. But whilst cherry is present in this scent till the very end, the strong smoky leather never goes away. So I also find that this leatheriness is supported by the powderiness coming from iris. So if I compare the two fragrances, the first one and this one, the first one is a true sweet and spicy gourmand, and this one is rather a leather-forward scent with just a touch of cherry. So also the scent is quite strong and long-lasting as well. Another interesting thing is that this release came out in summer, and in my view it's a true colder season scent because of all the leather and smokiness, of course, because in summer you can really overpower smelling like leather with just a touch of cherry. So, but for this very reason, I find that this fragrance is perfect for men, whilst being marketed as fragrance for women. So I also need to mention that a lot of people I find are missing another flank of the same line, which is called Black Perfecto, which was also leather forward as far as I know. And that fragrance was discontinued. However, if you're a fan of that one, please try to test this out. You might as well like it. So, and finally, to wrap this video up, we've got another gem, underrated gem, I think, by, again, designer brand Chopard, but this one belongs to the luxury line collection, but the name is quite long. It's Neroli à la Cardamome de Guatemala. So this one I find is a replica or equivalent of Tom Ford's release Neroli Portofino. But let's not jump ahead, let's take a look at the notes first. So on the top, according to Fragrantica, we've got Neroli and Mandarin Orange. In the middle, we've got Orange Blossom and Cardamome. And finally, in the base, we've got Ambrette and White Wood. So this one starts off with this bright Neroli surrounded by this concoction of citrus accords. So this one, if not dupe, then certainly an equivalent of Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. But this one, in my view, is better because it's stronger and more long-lasting. If Neroli Portofino lasts me about 2 to 3 hours, this one lasts me about 6 to 7 hours, which is not bad news. So this one is also a bit more spicy and therefore a lot brighter as compared to the Tom Ford's release. Also, what's good for your wallet to know is that the price here is more affordable versus Neroli Portofino. At least at the discounters, the difference, you can really feel it. Because I've done my little marketing research and it appears to be that full bottle of this one is 263 euros, and on discounters you can perfectly find it very often for 160, and this is 100 ml. Versus with Neroli Portofino, the full bottle, as far as I know, is still on the 350 mark, and on discounters I've never seen it for less than 280. So the price difference speaks in itself, so it's up to you to decide which one to choose. But to me, this one is certainly a greater and better proposition. So maybe I should say a few words about this scent to those of you who are not really familiar with Neroli Portofino release. So that one and this one start with the bright note of Neroli, but this scent is not Neroli forward in any way. It's rather Neroli based, Neroli oriented. It's also mixed up with various sort of citruses. And so it gives you the spiciness coming from cardamom, and this I think is one of the best of cologne-like releases in my view. It's also perfectly unisex choice for summer, so I'm really recommending to try this out, especially those of you who are struggling with either longevity of Neroli Portofino release or the price, quite bluntly. But that's it, guys. This wraps up my video. Please like this video, please subscribe to the channel. I'll be happy to see your comments, if any. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye bye.